Okay. Teleportation or memory? What do you think?
We're back in the weird hallway.
Mm-hmm. Oh, did he get shot? Is this him, like, reliving his got shot in the middle of the gate thing by Fisher? Wait, maybe?
I don't
I
know,
don't know.
maybe it's the lead up to the plan of why he was in the hallway when he confronted Fisher.
Oh. Oh,
Because
that
that whole
makes
scene we
sense.
were just sitting through, I was like, are we not going to acknowledge the scene that just happened? But now I'm
Okay,
like, maybe
yeah.
that happened, maybe that's a flashback to show the lead up to the hallway scene.
Okay, that makes sense.
The scheme that me and my little friends cooked up? It's a surprise. Good morning, Grandpa.
I was gonna say we're seeing this from Fisher's perspective, aren't we?
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
Get to see what this guy. Let's see how punchable this face has been all game. Everyone seems to not love it. Before you shoot me, I have a couple of wonderings of my own. If you don't mind, of course. Why'd you kill me? And why
Killed me.
Why you'd killed me and why you'd
Yeah.
killed Dad. I get it. Self-defense, you called it? I'll take it. It makes sense. We tried to stop you and you prefer not to be stopped. Having said that, something's been bothering me. It wasn't Dad or me or anyone we know that you started with. So what's the deal? Are you on a revenge plot or some similarly stupid shit?
Oh. Well. What an entrance. For a moment there, I forgot which end of the gun was aimed at who. Are you sure you're in any position to chit-chat so freely?
I have so much room to maneuver and dodge in this hallway. You'll never get me. You won't shoot me.
Says who?
Got a hunch.
A hunch, huh? I heard that one before.
He huffs out a small laugh under his breath.
Fate must be whispering in your ears. What oppressive confidence, just like the last time we met here. How long have you been like this, I wonder? Maybe I should take you out of your misery. After all, the gate is under no obligation to bring you back. You read me like an open book. I won't shoot you. Not yet. Not before I tell you about me and about the gate. If there's a shred of chance there's still some of you in there, Spencer, it's important that you hear it. Even if stalling me is part of your plan, I'll make it short.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, I mean, this conversation is only going to last 45 minutes. 40 years, Spencer. Do some quick math for me.
40. Got it.
How long was it that I left you on World A before you and Kurt Abrams concocted a whole Hollywood fairy tale to ram your way back into World B? And then it pops up like 4 choices and we have to click the right one.
Or the game
or we game over.
itself.
2 weeks?
2 weeks?
Doesn't feel very good, does it? To live your life out, to see yourself age, all as if you're invisible. As if you're outside of reality, watching from the sidelines as your friends and family slowly forget who you were. If you need a pithy answer as to why I am how I am, that is it. That's how long I lived it. It was 40 fucking years. The 1971 incident had a cleanup crew assembled for it by the higher-ups. One bright morning, months after the incident, they called us all in. Everyone's jobs and outstanding missions were terminated immediately. They changed my name, handed me a booklet with my new identity, and assigned me to Group B. Group A were to stay on World A, and Group B on World B until further notice. I had 48 hours to say my goodbyes to Betty and Michael. They really sold us in that until further notice business. We all fell for it. The physicists figured out the whole dominant world thing from the word go, but due to how the project was operating, they missed one crucial detail. See, back then, it wasn't like how it is now. Back then, people would enter and leave the RLG daily, often multiple times a day. Kids these days want their RLGs entered for them. The worlds used to realign seemingly at random. Sometimes World A would be dominant, and other times it would be World B.
You'll have some gay switch worlds.
Boy, do I. Once all activity ceased, however...
He raises his eyebrows at me. The worlds got stuck?
Exactly. World A became permanently dominant, which means that for the next 40 years, myself and everyone else in Group B were stranded in pseudo-reality.
You died.
If I had a flair for the dramatic, I would call that an understatement. Betty was compensated for my disappearance, but they kept her in the dark. I wasn't there to watch my son grow. I wasn't there to be a husband for my wife. When Michael graduated college, got married, and had you, I heard of it, but I wasn't there. Months turned to years, and years turned to decades. I spent my 30s, 40s, 50s, and most of my 60s in the same routine. I'd wake up, watch sports, my shows, and the news, and then go back to bed. Not much else you can do when anything you do disappears. A pathetic existence for a man made pathetic. And then, years after he'd lost hope, this old man noticed something. The pharmacist I've been buying Bengay daily for years from recognized me. He thought I had dementia. Told me I already got my damn knee medicine yesterday. I went back to my apartment, and there it was, on top of my desk. You will never experience as much joy as I had for this one tube of topical cream. We made love that night.
I stole that Benkei's virtue. Yeah.
Or perhaps it mine.
So he got used to having to buy this fucking thing literally every day, which doesn't cost him anything because both the tube and the money reset when the world resets. But then one day suddenly he's like, what are you doing, man? You just bought Bengay. He's like, what? You just shattered my reality by being a weirdly rude pharmacist that notices things and then calls them out.
Yeah.
So you called Dad?
Don't be stupid. Of course not. What? Do you think I'm the only one out of Group B who was unhappy with the administration? Many things happened over the years. I've had to figure it all out by myself. This pathetic man, with his pathetic existence, did have one thing going for him. Everything I'd ever done was pardoned and forgiven the next day. 40 years is a long, long time to learn, to experiment.
To murder for fun.
Mm-hmm. I kept refining my methods and expanding my knowledge day after day and year after year. It's all in my head. Nothing I wrote on paper would stick. Can you imagine if the only movie that you could watch in your TV while all this was going on was Groundhog Day? Just it layers psychological hell.
What? Watching time loops while you're in time loops.
When it finally happened, when I finally got my agency back, I set my plan in motion.
I was gonna say, oh god, he's fucked, but then I remembered, oh right, no. The world was resetting his existence out of it, but it wasn't looping.
Yeah.
So he did get to watch different things every day.
Mm-hmm. Only then I called your dad.
How'd it go for you?
If you remember your father, then you remember how it went for me, smartass. He and I got along about as well as you and I do. Couldn't get on the same wavelength, so to speak. God is my witness, we tried to make it work. I bet you'd heard how hard we tried to make it work. Michael wasn't exactly a quiet man.
My jaw tightens. This is my tightened jaw. That's what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
So what? When Dad cut you off, you just decided to take it out on the town?
On the administration. And no, not at first.
Not at first?
Don't get the wrong impression. Those people I killed were corrupt and evil. There's no lens through which you'd look at that. Hang on. There's no lens through which you'd look that would paint their death as anything but a net positive for society. You'll have to take my word for it. They deserved to die.
For how it all plays out.
Sounds good to me. Much like how I deserve to die.
Well, you said it.
Yeah. You hear that, Andrew? Kurt, get him!
Get him. Confession.
Would you agree? Despite how great it felt, I wasn't in it for some petty revenge.
Then what was it?
Your parents wanted nothing to do with me. Without a family and without any friends, there wasn't much left for me. I only have so many years remaining. The gate, the Rockland looking glass, it's a miracle device. The only thing it can't do is bring someone back from the dead. And I found out its secret. How it determines which world to erase. Just by merit of having exclusive access to it for a few months. Suddenly, I had the means to change my past. A new idea came to mind. If I play my cards right, if I arrange for events to force the gate to alter history, I might be able to sculpt having lived the life I never had. Needless to say, I have failed. ran out of people to kill. If you came here to stop me, then you came here for nothing. I'm not killing anyone anymore. Save for one. There's only one item remaining on my agenda, Spencer. Are you ready?
Just about. Quick, eat the gun.
Kurt's been training for months on how to eat guns quicker than any man.
The fastest throat in the West. Wait.
Don't ask how he trained.
I don't know if I understand why he would kill Spencer.
I don't really know either, except that he's just like a psychopath who wanted to kill his family out of revenge for them not talking to him.
Yeah. Even though I think they even forgot or something. A dense heat wave blasted my face, as if I'd walked into an oven. Some idiot must be overcompensating for the temperature outside. Superheated by the AC, the smell of industrial cleaner almost overwhelms the scent of fake pine from the Christmas decorations for sale already by the entrance. Save for the buzzing of the overhead fluorescent fixtures, it's dead silent. Far too cold for crickets and far too cold for anyone, no matter how hungry they are, to show up at a 7-Eleven at this time of night. Surprisingly, my tuna sandwich is front and center on the shelf here. I flip it to the ingredients list. Egg salad, tuna, mayo, corn, diced pickles. My beloved, there she is. Likewise, booze is uncomplicated. I weave through the aisles and pick up a couple PBRs. The cashier is absorbed in his phone, so I have to wave my hand at him awkwardly for a half minute before he takes notice. Excuse me. That's the easier way of doing it than waving your hand.
Yeah. Dude, sorry, sir. How may I, Oh! You're...
alive?
What do you want?
Harsh. I want... Hi.
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 Sultry.
Hey. I wanted you to know I'm not dead yet. I told you, didn't I? I'm not that other Spencer that died on that day.
Oh. Thanks, I guess. So, what are you gonna do?
Did Andrew get you up to speed on what's going on? He rotates my sandwich in both hands until the barcode scanner dully beeps. Or duly beeps? I guess those both work.
Duly. Yeah. We had a chat about it, yeah. Let me tell you, my folks are not keen on packing their bags and leaving everything behind. We've been here for generations, you know?
The plastic bag crinkles loudly as Ian pushes it around to make room for my beer.
So... when is your flight?
Monday morning, next week. I pass him a $20 bill and the cash register pops open. He counts the cents, and when I refuse to take them, he dumps them into a Slurpee cup labeled tips.
Isn't that a bit too late? Sorry, I'm out of the loop. Isn't your... you know... in a couple of days?
It is. Ian tears the receipt out of the cash register.
You're crazy.
It's not unlikely. He drops the receipt into my bag. My throat starts seizing, so I take in a deep breath to counteract it.
Have a nice day.
Actually...
What?
It's last chance to fuck. Hold on. I want to tell you something. Have you ever seen Ghostbusters 2? And after we acknowledge it, I want us both to forget it. You know, so we can move on with our lives. Got any time for that?
I guess. What is it?
I breathe in. I breathe out. It only aggravates the unease in my stomach. I have been bad. Like, really bad towards you. I mean, terrible. And I know you'd never forgive me, but I want to apologize anyway. I mean, you said sorry so many times, and I did too, but also I kind of didn't, sort of. Just didn't seem fair, you know? No reaction. The AC must be somewhere overhead because the heat's getting unbearable. The collar of my shirt itches like crazy and my palms are starting to sweat. I swallow. I'm sorry for, let's see. Well, first of all, for making you think I'm gonna die. And for keeping you in the dark, until a few days ago. And it was not okay of me to run off like that, and I'm sorry, truly and honestly. And I guess in general, sorry for being kind of a fucker. Like, I didn't think of it like that at the time, but I might have led you on at one point. Maybe more than one point. I think you're kind of cool, Ian. You didn't deserve to have to deal with any of my cold ass shit. Sorry. That's what I wanted to say.
Is that all?
Sort of. I fight the urge to rub the stinging out of my eyes. Though I kind of thought we could watch some anime together, or something. You know, for old time's sake.
I don't know.
This is you.
Let me check with my manager first.
Not this again.
Aww. Aww.
He's so much taller than you.
I think you're kind of cool, Ian. You pushover. Who's saying you to beg forgiveness with me this time around? Don't think I've ever seen you so agitated. Practicing the ghost piano behind him. Ah, there we go.
Ugh. It's a ventriloquist.
Mm-hmm.
No one did. I just had a good night's sleep.
Are you flying back to your mom?
Yeah.
Send me your address. I'll visit you over winter break. If you want, that is.
I repositioned my face to speak more freely by dragging it across his jacket. So are you like a never nude or?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool.
I'm a banana. What are you talking about?
You open this jacket, my guts spill out.
Spencer?
Yeah?
What are you planning to do?
I'm going to confront Fisher.
I hope you know what you're doing.
Me too.
Yeah.
My chest expands against his. He smells like 2-in-1 shampoo.
Nice.
Guess I have to see if we can level you up to a 3-in-1. Ian. There's another thing I want you to know.
Hold on.
Do you not know what 3-in-1 is?
Oh, like body wash. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The shampoo, conditioner, body wash. Men's shampoo. It washes man.
It smells like gun.
It washes all of man. Just put it everywhere. Swim in it. It's important. I'm not sure if that's how it works, but repeat it to yourself over and over again. Write it down. Tell someone you trust. Things are about to get fucky.
How fucky? Let me show you.
Unbelievably fucky. I squeeze him tighter to make sure he hears it. But no matter what happens, I'll seek you out, alright? I won't let you become like one of those internet crazes you love so much. I promise you that. I swear.
That's ominous.
Uh-huh.
I'll remember it. Thank you, Spencer. I think. Yeah, here's your Bengay. Hey, I've been thinking. And stop me if I'm out of line, right? But this Fisher guy...
Kinda hot, right?
He kind of looks like you, but like in a hot way.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean.
Like if you were hot. What about him?
Didn't he say there used to be an entire organization working on the gate? Couldn't you just, I don't know, ask them for help?
Ian.
I didn't fucking think of that. No!
Andrew and Critter helping me out with this, you know. How stupid do you think we are? I don't know. Also, I thought he killed all of them.
Yeah, I thought so too. Well,
like,
I guess we're gonna find out.
In response to him asking that question, in the moment I was like, huh. I think that might be why Andrew's job makes no sense on the surface of things. Like Andrew's weird surveillance job that never seemed to make any sense. I'm like, maybe it's because everyone around him died and was erased from history, and he was just left alone in a room that used to be like a thing that made sense and was happening for a reason. And, by the end, he's just like staring at a door and doesn't know why anymore. And I'm like, I think it's because everyone around him got deleted from history.
Oh, because Fisher was killing all of them? Maybe.
Yeah. Because Fisher wouldn't care about Andrew in the same way, because he wasn't actually a member of that organization or whatever was going on.
Yeah, that makes sense. I see.
Watch out, there's a furry behind you.
There's two! That's unfortunate.
They're your ankle and your devil.
Which one's Parker? Out of everything you could have come up with, it had to be that. What did I tell you, Spencer? Are your friends resourceful or what?
I wonder, Grandpa. Do you remember Shirley Solis? Tried explaining it to me for 15 minutes. Why you don't need the newspaper clippings anymore. Went right over my head, unfortunately. Beside that, lasers and quartz crystals are somehow involved. Real cool stuff. Is Shirley Solis one of the people from the organization?
I think so.
Seems like you pissed off a lot of people over the years.
Yeah, I think he has.
Once we got in contact with Barry O'Neill, it's like he had everything on speed dial. Before you know it, like 20 of us roll at Alan Gould's house. Does these names sound familiar? They all know you. Truth be told, me and Kurt and Andrew barely had to do anything. These people, they had a plan at the ready. All they needed was a little push. A trigger. Some certainty that their target would be down here at a certain time.
You really brought the band back together. Hadn't seen any of these faces in what seems like 40 years.
How many bullets do you have in that gun of yours, Grandpa? No one here has a mirror, and we're all here on our own accords. Kill me if you must. It won't affect anything today.
Aren't you clever? I'm afraid I am out of speeches. You got me good. I'll hand you that. My hat's off to you. My hat's off to all of you. Or perhaps to the universe itself.
Put the gun down, Fisher.
Shame. A real shame. See, I won't be able to tell you after all. No reason to with so many people around. Before we end our little get-together, let me ask you something. For my own sake. Aren't you curious? Don't you want to know how the gate works?
I couldn't care less.
Yeah! That too is something I'd heard before. You turned out to be a real piece of shit, Spencer. Just like your dad.
I thought that was gonna happen the moment he said hats off to all of you. Like, he
Yeah,
said
same.
my hats off. I'm like,
Yep. 9:23.
Don't take me back to my alarm clock from high school. I woke up to this sound for all of high school and call it hello.
Hi. I guess it's the end.
The moment we were approaching him and also getting a series of flashbacks, I'm like, this is like the climax of a heist movie. Like, I think this is the ending.
Yeah.
Who
Yep.
are these people? Does a single person in the entire credits have an online presence? Because Cockhole doesn't. Where it's like,
Well, it's a collective.
the
we're all
Cockhole
Cockhole.
Collective. No, not the Cockhole Collective.
Oh, the Cockhole Collective.
The Cockhole Collective. We did it.
Okay,
We beat
well,
922.
That was 922.
These the chapters?
Yeah. Oh God, that's some nightmare mode. Bro, don't name it. That's fucking horrible. What was your favorite chapter in 922? Oh, I really like 1301. But it was a big part of 1906.
There's 12 chapters.
Yeah.
I think this is, for us, I think this is part 6 or 7 of the series.
Oh, that long or that short?
Yeah, it's not a very long one.
Oh, okay. It felt longer.
Damn. Well, we did take like 2 months to record part 2 after part 1.
Oh, okay.
So part 1 was a long time ago, and then it took us a while to get back to it.
That's right. Yep.
That's a wild story.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
I need to digest it a little bit. I feel like the past, like, I mean, the past 2 sessions have just been like, beep, 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 here's the plot, and just like kind of all came in at once, in a way that, like, I mean, it's fine. I'll just like think through it and like kind of
Yeah.
like try to understand it. I really don't appreciate having this much plot dumped on me all at once.
No,
but I'll deal with it.
When I said that I was thinking of Primer, that wasn't a totally positive thing for me to say, because I didn't like Primer.
Okay,
I didn't like the movie Primer at all. I saw it because people kept hyping it up for being so clever and smart and cool, and the types of people that like Inception and stuff. But I was like, this movie was kind of just annoying. By the time I watched it with Andrew, ironically. Only ironic, and that the name Andrew keeps popping up. For me,
I'm not
it's
too
like,
sure what they were going for with this story, to just like all of a sudden have this, just like, we just focused up on the mystery when it didn't seem that important to actually being solved. Like, it just kind of seemed like a framing thing to be like, oh, here's a bunch of goofball friends hanging out.
That's
so
the thing.
I don't find the resolution to be all that satisfying, because I didn't really get all that invested in the mystery, to be honest.
Yeah, the presentation and the characterization was really strong. So you liked seeing, Kurt and Ian and Andrew interacting with Spencer, and them being kind of messy, and that being like, now we're gonna do, it's like, but I saw you die, as being this weird spooky thing, and then like, now we're gonna do the nude run. Now we're stealing things. I think you're a ghost. My friend's bullying us for being gay ghosts. And like, all that was really solid for like hours and hours and hours, and the writing all throughout that was very enjoyable. And it was even, I was even pretty on board, even including the part of like calling mom, and then like doing the pumpkin carving thing, and like trying to figure out how to get out of this time loop where people forget you every day, and how you deal with that kind of stuff, because that was still focused on Spencer, and also how these people react to being told that they've been told this thing before, and forgetting. So it's mostly just like the stuff that deals with very directly with the hallway, and the bunker.
I think also,
and then stuff that deals very directly with Swain, where I'm like, or Fisher. I mean, where I'm at that point, I'm like, this stuff's harder to care about, and it's really complicated. So I'm also not sure if I understand it. And the emotions are so distanced and obfuscated, in their, that I don't have a clear through line. I don't know what to feel anymore and stuff.
What I'm fairly disappointed by is that Kurt and Andrew and Ian actually like weren't involved in the resolution basically at all. Like, it was sort of implied, like maybe they helped him get in touch with like the people in the organization that have died. But they didn't, none of the characters that we've been really riding along the story with the whole time were present at like the climax, which I think was a very, very odd decision to make. I don't think it was a good idea.
So you have Kurt and Andrew are one group, and then Ian's very separate for the most part. And Ian did prompt us to have the revelation about Dad, and then kind of was done with the story. But yeah, like Andrew and Kurt are just implied to have somehow helped us get all the gang together to cause the stuff to happen.
But we don't get to see like how they feel about the way things went. Like, we kind of get to see some payoff with Spencer, with like the flashbacks and his, saying his goodbyes and stuff like that. But we don't see any insight into how like Kurt or Parker feel about this, and they are more invested in this mystery than any other character.
I feel like
so missing that is a little bit disappointing.
I feel like the story got a little too invested in being able to have reveals and cliffhangers and like a constant drama at the end. But the character writing was the strong point, so it would have been more satisfying to watch them hatch the plan in real time, even though it means you don't get to hold it away as a secret from us. But like, you'd be seeing Andrew and Kurt actually come up with this thing, because not only do we not get as much time with them, but also you end up playing catch up with the game, trying to figure out what this means. Like, I guess it's that Fisher murdered the people in his organization because he hated them for what happened, but he only killed them in one world, so they found them all in the other world, the people that don't have mirrors, and they all came here to kill Fisher. And everyone was seemingly ready to do that. Although maybe it's the poltergeisty thing where they needed like a trigger or some kind of thing to like remind them of their fixation, because they were fixated on this thing but keep forgetting about it because of the thing. And I guess that makes them, all of them, the people who are the reason why that town is so dangerous is because of all the asymmetry caused by him.
I see. Yep.
I think. But yeah, like I'm having to backfill it all and try to figure out what the ending meant because of how quick it went by comparison. Almost strangely quick compared to how long the conversations last time went. we're like,
I know.
Those went on for, like, I think the conversation with Fisher at McDonald's was longer than the conversation with Fisher at the climax.
I'm also really unsure about the memory loss thing. Like, I don't know why that was only, like, I don't know if that was a special thing about Spencer or, like, I mean, I guess it kind of was, it kind of applied to everybody because they were talking about with the poltergeist post, right? That people would kind of forget what triggered them and stuff like that.
I'm not 1000% clear on how they forgot 3 years ago.
100% I was going to say,
I don't know. Remembered it.
Yeah, I don't know how that works, and I guess Spencer doesn't care enough to find out either.
I guess that because Fisher was trying to rewrite his own history to not have a bad life, and it seems like he can't overwrite himself or something. But in with all the things he tried to do, part of it was killing his own son, I think. And so,
or he's trying to kill anybody that like tried to stop him.
Yeah, so but like whatever he did, it rewrote the history of his own son, and so so it drove his son crazy. I see. Yeah, so I guess that's why everyone wasn't actively ready to hunt Fisher necessarily. Is that all of them needed to? We didn't drive his son crazy. I'm saying he killed his son. However, he's killing people, but it erased his son from history. Not like literally permanently from all of history, but it rewrote his history to have like died in an accident a decade ago.
Oh, I see.
And so I think that everybody has like all these people that died or things that happened like that. Like they have like this alternate history that you just accept, but your mind kind of slides off of. And that's why, and so that's what they're able to get away with that. So like he somehow was able to, I guess that post with that quote being some kind of relic that somehow survives this, that reaching him is like, it's almost like being activated like a sleeper agent. Suddenly it reawakens the memories of the world that don't exist anymore. And I guess they must have, maybe Andrew and Kurt and Spencer went after all these other people to sort of activate that. See, it's really hard to explain. What would have made it's rough.
Yeah, what would have been more solid would be if they went to the newspaper clippings and tried to tie things together that way, because that seems like a much better layup of like, here's relics from the past. It's newspaper clippings up until the certain day. Like, you think it's like basically all right there. And I think that could have been very interesting because those are all contained in the bunker, so it could have been them trying to sneak into the bunker without Fisher catching them and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like I think that could have been cool.
I don't know what each update was, but I kind of imagine that there was a cutoff between updates.
Yeah,
and that the previous update ended at like the McDonald's or whatever.
Yeah,
and then then we come back and we have these big rambly conversations like with Ian. You have the scene with Ian, but in particular, like all of that in the ending of the story, it feels like it went back and backfilled a history and a motivation for the villain and a way of defeating them all right before the ending, in a way that wasn't necessarily woven throughout the story up till then, but it's just like all kind of introduced in the chapter in which it's going to come up.
It has a sort of feeling of like maybe they just were like, yeah, we kind of want to wrap up this story. Like it almost has like a time crunch or something feeling to it. Like they just ran out of time or resources to want to keep going. I'm not too sure at all what where things went with this story, to be honest. Like
it could be
something feels really off without
it does feel like a weird conclusion. It could be some element of like, fuck it, let's wrap this up. I don't think there was a time limit in that specifically. I think this game had a relatively long hiatus before the final update. So it might have just been like, okay, let's wrap this up
starts to
kind
make
of
a lot
thing.
of sense. Yeah, if there's a big hiatus, then maybe they just wanted to come back to it and be like, here's how it goes, and then go back to whatever else they wanted to do.
I'm not super clear on it. All I know is that there's definitely like a style to it that I was falling in love with for like the first like 80%.
Oh, yeah.
And then like by the end, I was like, not getting to do a lot of the stuff that I liked about like the experience of this thing. Makes me want to see more writing
really
from the same creator.
Yeah. What were you saying?
It makes me want more. It makes me want to see more writing from the same creator in the future, like more stuff like this, but maybe not as sci-fi.
Yeah,
That's kind of where it lost me to some extent. And I like sci-fi stuff. I like time loop storylines. I mean, sci-fi stories, time travel, and so on.
Conspiracy type stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny that I had the impression that it was going to be a time loop at the very beginning, and then it wasn't. And then it kind of was.
But then it
eventually did set up a thing where time doesn't loop. It's just that every single day at 9:22, the universe resets when you're in the wrong universe. So you weirdly are stuck in a loop as far as the fact that you can't change anything. It's a very specific.
It's also a very weird premise, though.
That's a Haunting of Bly Manor horror.
Yeah, and also that's a really hard thing to write. Like that premise sounds very, very strange to like. What I'm saying is the perspective of this story from Fisher living through stuff like that would have been really, really weird to try to wrap my head around.
They really managed to like sci-fi explain ghosts. They end up with an explanation for it over the course of the story, which is funny.
But yeah, where I'm landing with this is that what it did great was really nice. I love the characters, I love the style and stuff like that. And then when we got to the plot corner, like it totally lost me. Yeah, just kind of. I'll just remember it for the stuff that it did well. Good characters. The bowling alley fucking CG when he got the gutter ball CG. Oh, that was good.
Some high effort stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, this was 922, everybody. See you next time.
See you.